Chapter 1: The Pharaoh's Curse. In the Valley of the Kings, where the sands run deep, a pharaoh's tomb lay hidden, guarded well, they did keep. 4 centuries it waited, untouched by human hand. A secret waiting to be revealed, buried in the sand. Then came Howard Carter, a man with a dream. To find the tomb of Tutankhamun, or so it seemed. With tools and shovels, he and his team began to dig, hoping to uncover the tomb of a long-forgotten king. But as they dug deeper, they heard a whispered warning. A curse upon the tomb, with dire consequences forming. The legend grew stronger, the curse more real each day, as the world watched and waited for what the tomb would betray. And then, at last, the tomb was found, a treasure trove within. Golden masks and jewels, wonders never seen by men. The pharaoh's curse was broken, or so they hoped and prayed, as the world marveled at the wonders the tomb displayed. So let this story be a lesson, a warning to us all, that some secrets are best left hidden, behind an ancient wall. Ancient Egypt and the importance of the pharaohs as divine rulers. In the land of the Nile, where the sun beats down, a kingdom rose to power, its greatness renowned. Egypt, the land of gods, where magic filled the air. And the pharaohs ruled supreme, their power beyond compare. 4 centuries they reigned, as gods on earth they stood. A link between the people and the gods they understood. With temples and monuments, they built their legacy. A symbol of their power, for all eternity. The pyramids rose high, pointing to the sky above. A testament to their greatness, a symbol of their love. And in the temples, priests performed their sacred rites, honoring the gods, and keeping them in sight. For the pharaohs were not mortal men, they were divine, chosen by the gods, to rule and to shine. Their power was absolute, their rule unchallenged. A dynasty of kings, their stories still unfurled. And so we look back, to a time long ago, when the pharaohs ruled Egypt, with a power we can't know. Their legacy lives on, in the wonders they left behind. A testament to their power, in the sands of time. Introduction of archaeologist Howard Carter and his team, who were searching for the tomb in the Valley of the Kings. In the desert sands of Egypt, where the sun blazed hot, a team of archaeologists searched for a treasure, long sought. Led by a man named Carter, with a dream in his heart. To find the tomb of Tutankhamun, a quest that set him apart. 4 years he searched the valley, with little luck to show. But he never gave up hope, though the winds would sometimes blow. He knew that he would find it, that long-forgotten tomb, filled with treasures and secrets, hidden in the gloom.
With pick and shovel and a team of trusted friends, they dug deep into the earth, where the pharaoh's story ends. With each passing day, they got closer to their goal, as the world watched and waited for the secrets to unroll. And then, at last, the breakthrough came, a glimmer in the sand, a hint of what lay hidden beneath the desert's hand. Carter's heart beat faster as he dug with all his might, hoping to uncover the treasure in the pale morning light. And so the stage was set for the greatest discovery of all. A moment in history that would make the world enthrall. For Carter and his team had found what they sought. The tomb of Tutankhamun, with wonders never thought. Ending to the chapter with the team's discovery of the tomb and the ominous warning inscribed on the entrance. And there it was before them, a door sealed with ancient power. A tomb hidden for centuries, waiting for this hour. With trembling hands and beating hearts, they broke the seal at last, and gazed upon a wonderland, the treasures of the past. Golden masks and statues, jewels beyond compare. The pharaoh's riches laid out, for all the world to share. But as they marveled at the sight, a warning caught their eye. Inscribed upon the entrance, a curse that made them sigh. Beware, all who enter here, the words did read. For death shall come upon you, and fill you with dread. The team paused for a moment, but their curiosity grew. And they stepped inside the tomb, to see what they could pursue. Little did they know, that the curse was real indeed. For soon they would be haunted by visions they could not unheed. But for now they revelled in the discovery they'd made. And the world would soon be watching as the tomb's secrets were displayed. So ends the chapter with the team's discovery of the tomb. And the warning that they saw, that filled them with a gloom. For the pharaoh's curse was real, and the team would soon find out. As they delved into the mysteries of Tutankhamun's devout. Chapter 2, Entering the Tomb. Description of the team's preparations to enter the tomb and the challenges they faced. With trembling hands and pounding hearts, the team prepared to enter the tomb of Tutankhamun, a place of ancient splendor. They donned their gear and lit their lamps, and took a final breath. For they knew the dangers that awaited in the chamber of death. They made their way through winding halls, where darkness did abide, and passed by rows of treasures, gleaming in the light inside. But as they went deeper in, the air grew thick and stale. And they realized the danger they faced, as the walls began to wail. The curse of the pharaohs was upon them, they knew it to be true. And the visions that they saw were a terror they couldn't subdue. Monstrous shapes and voices haunted them in the dark. And they knew that they had entered a place that would leave its mark. But still they pressed on, determined to uncover more. For the treasures of the pharaohs were what they'd come here for. They pushed through stifling air and heat, and overcame their fear. For they knew that they were privileged to be the ones in here. And so they made their way through the chambers of the dead. With every step a challenge, and every sight a dread. But still they persevered, and soon the tomb was theirs. For they had conquered the pharaoh's curse, and uncovered his ancient lairs. So ends the tale of the team's preparations and their trials. As they uncovered the secrets of Egypt's ancient mile. Their bravery and skill has left us in awe. For they have shown us what it means to explore and adore. Exploration of the first chamber of the tomb and the objects they found there. The team's lamps flickered as they entered the first chamber. A sight that left them speechless in wonder and in fervor. For there, before their very eyes, were objects of great age. A treasure trove of ancient art, preserved on every page. Statues of the pharaoh and his queen beside his throne. Furniture and jars of gold, treasures to be shown. Chests of ebony and ivory, adorned with precious gems. A sight that filled the team with awe, a world beyond their ken. They marveled at the carvings, the symbols on the walls. And wondered at the stories that the ancient texts did recall. For every object spoke of times long before their own. And they felt the weight of history in that chamber of unknown. But as they took in every sight, they knew there was much more. For this was just the first chamber, and there were rooms beyond this floor. So they packed their gear and moved on into the heart of the tomb. For there were secrets to uncover and mysteries to consume. And as they walked through halls of gold and chambers of great size, they knew they had been privileged to witness this great prize. For the tomb of Tutankhamun was a place of great renown. A treasure trove of history, a world that had been drowned. So ends the tale of the first chamber of the tomb. A place of ancient wonder that left them in a swoon. For there they saw the artifacts that spoke of other days. And knew that they were lucky to be part of this great maze. Build up of suspense as the team prepares to enter the inner chamber where the pharaoh's sarcophagus lies. The team pressed on through halls of gold with every step they took. Their hearts pounding, their palms slick with sweat as they approached the book. For there, beyond the next door, lay the heart of the tomb. The inner chamber, where the pharaoh's sarcophagus did loom. They steeled their nerves, and took a breath, for they knew what lay ahead. The ancient curse, the danger lurking, and the fear that filled their head. But still they pressed on, for they were driven by their quest. To uncover the secrets of the pharaoh, and lay his spirit to rest. With trembling hands, they pushed open the door, and entered the inner sanctum. A place of hallowed power, and dark and ancient custom. The air was thick with dust and age, and the silence filled with dread. As they moved toward the sarcophagus that lay before them, dead. The team approached the coffin, with reverence and with care. For they knew that this was sacred ground, and that danger still was there. But as they drew closer, they felt the weight of something more. A presence that was ancient, a power that they couldn't ignore. They looked upon the pharaoh's face and saw the glory of his reign, the power that he wielded, and the empire he did gain. But as they reached for the lid to reveal what lay within, they knew that they were entering a world of great sin. For the pharaoh's curse, they knew was real. And as they lifted up the lid, they wondered what lay in store. Would they be struck down by the power of the dead? Or would they uncover something that would fill them with dread? So ends the tale of the team's approach to the sarcophagus, a place of great power and the fear that it did rouse. For they had entered the heart of the tomb and uncovered its great might. But what lay ahead remained a mystery, shrouded in the night. Chapter 3: The Inner Chamber. Exploration of the team's discovery of the pharaoh's sarcophagus and the incredible treasures that were found within. The team held their breath as they lifted up the lid to reveal the pharaoh's sarcophagus and what lay hid. For there, inside the coffin, was the mummy of the king. A sight that left them speechless and made their hearts take wing. But as they looked upon the body, they saw the treasures too. The jewels and gold that lined the coffin, a sight to make them woo. Necklaces of precious stones and bracelets of fine gold. Rings and amulets and charms, a story to be told. The team moved in with reverent hands to uncover every piece. For they knew that what they held was something that would never cease. A golden mask that covered the king, with eyes that seemed to shine. A symbol of his majesty and his power through all time. The team took in every sight, every treasure they could see. For they knew that what they held was something of great majesty. A story of the pharaoh and his reign in ancient time. A tale of power and glory that still did shine. So ends the tale of the team's discovery of the pharaoh's sarcophagus. A place of great power and the fear that it did rouse. For they had uncovered treasures that spoke of other days. A glimpse into the ancient world in all its brilliant ways. Exploration of the beauty and significance of the objects found in Tutankhamun's tomb, including the iconic golden mask that covered the pharaoh's face. The treasures gleamed in the flickering light as the team beheld a wondrous sight. Golden statues with eyes that seemed to shine, and fine furniture with a beauty so divine. But the most stunning sight was the mask of gold that covered the pharaoh's face, so bold, with eyes of obsidian and features carved so fine. It was a symbol of his majesty and his power through all time. The team gazed upon the mask with awe in their hearts, for they knew it was a treasure of great beauty and great art. The gold was finely wrought with lines so clear and true, a masterpiece of craftsmanship from a world that was so new. But it wasn't just the mask that held the team's gaze, for there were other treasures that shone in the flickering rays. A scarab of lapis with wings that opened wide, a symbol of the pharaoh's soul that would forever abide. And then there were the jewels, so precious and so rare. Necklaces of gold and gems that sparkled everywhere, each one a work of art with shapes and hues so fine. A symbol of the pharaoh's power in a world that was divine. The team beheld the treasures with wonder and with awe, for they knew they had uncovered a world so grand and raw. A glimpse into the past of a world that was so bright. A story of the pharaohs and their power and their might. Conclusion to the chapter, ending with the team's realization that they had uncovered one of the greatest archaeological finds in history. The team stood in awe as they gazed upon the treasures, their minds filled with wonder at the stories that they measured. For they knew they had uncovered something of great renown. A treasure trove of history buried deep underground. The golden mask of Tutankhamun, a symbol of his power. The artifacts and jewels that filled the tomb's inner bower. Each piece was a wonder, a work of art so fine. And the team knew they had uncovered something so divine. The team beheld the treasures with wonder and with awe, for they knew they had uncovered a world so grand and raw. A glimpse into the past of a world that was so bright. A story of the pharaohs and their power and their might. Conclusion to the chapter, ending with the team's realization that they had uncovered one of the greatest archaeological finds in history. The team stood in awe as they gazed upon the treasures, their minds filled with wonder at the stories that they measured. For they knew they had uncovered something of great renown, a treasure trove of history buried deep underground. The golden mask of Tutankhamun, a symbol of his power. The artifacts and jewels that filled the tombs in a bower. Each piece was a wonder, a work of art so fine. And the team knew they had uncovered something so divine. As they looked upon the treasures, they realized what they'd found. One of the greatest archaeological discoveries that would astound. A glimpse into the ancient world and its culture so rich. A story that would captivate and leave all in awe and twitch. The team knew they had a task to uncover every piece, to study and record so that their knowledge would increase. For they had uncovered history, a glimpse into the past. A treasure trove so great, it would forever last. So they worked with dedication to uncover all the finds, knowing that they held something of the greatest of all kinds. For the team had realized that they had uncovered a treasure, one of the greatest finds in history, a moment to always treasure. Chapter 4, The Aftermath. Exploration of the aftermath of the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, including the media frenzy and the impact it had on the world's understanding of ancient Egypt. News of the discovery quickly spread around the world, as the media flocked to the story unfurled. Newspapers and magazines told the tale so grand, and the world was astounded by what was found in the land. People from all over came to see the treasures found, to witness the splendor buried deep underground. The tombs of pharaohs had long been shrouded in mystery, but now they had a glimpse into ancient history. The treasures of Tutankhamun had a story to tell, a tale of a pharaoh who ruled and did so well. His riches and his power were revealed to all, a world of luxury in which he did enthrall. The media frenzy led to a surge of interest in ancient Egypt and its culture so blessed. The world began to see the richness of its past, and the legacy of the pharaohs that forever would last. Scientists and historians studied every artifact to understand the culture that had been so intact. They pieced together a story of a civilization so grand, and the world began to see Egypt's power and demand. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb had an impact so vast, a moment that would forever last. For it opened up a world of ancient history, and a culture so rich that would forever be a mystery. Exploration of the controversy and criticism surrounding the excavation of Tutankhamun's tomb, including accusations of looting and mishandling of the artifacts. Amidst the wonder and awe, there was also a debate about the excavation and its methods so great. Some accused the team of looting the tomb and mishandling the artifacts, leading to their doom. Critics claimed the team had not followed the rules, and the treasures of the pharaohs had been treated like fools. They argued the artifacts should have been left alone in the tomb where they were found, and not brought home. The controversy grew as accusations flew, and the team was criticized for all that they had to do. But the team stood firm in defense of their work, and argued that they had done all that they could and had to lurk. They claimed that they had followed all the proper steps, and had documented each artifact with care and no mishaps. They argued that their work had increased knowledge and understanding of the ancient world and the culture they were commanding. In the end, the controversy could not detract from the find. The treasures of Tutankhamun, a moment so grand and kind. But the criticism did serve to remind us all of our past, and the importance of respect when uncovering history so vast. So we continue to study the treasures of the tomb, and the story they tell of a pharaoh and his room. We learn from the past and strive to do better, to respect history and culture with care and no litter. Reflection on the enduring legacy of Tutankhamun and his treasures, and the ongoing efforts to preserve them for future generations. As we look back on the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, we cannot help but wonder at the treasures that loom. The beauty and significance of the artifacts so rare are a testament to the pharaohs and the culture they did share. But as we marvel at the past, we must also look ahead to the future of these treasures and the path that we must tread. For the artifacts are fragile and in need of our care to ensure they last for future generations to share. So efforts are underway to preserve and to protect the treasures of the pharaohs and the history they reflect. Museums and conservationists work to ensure their safety so that future generations can marvel at their beauty. The legacy of Tutankhamun is one that will endure. A story of a pharaoh and the treasures that he secured. We honor his memory and the culture that he led by preserving and protecting the treasures of the dead.